and also to our Assistant School Principal, Sir Julius Silitaria. We are in grade 4, section 5 sa LACRO Pilot Elementary School, City of LACRO. As part of our lesson in Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao, Lesson 6, with the topic which is the informasyon, bahagi at instrumento sa aking pagkatuto, and also the objective or layunin which is makapagninilay-nilay ng katotohanan mula sa mga nababasa sa internet at mga social networking sites. So we will be having, we are going to witness a debate whether using internet is for the better or for worse. Okay, class? All you have to do now is to listen attentively. You're going to jot down all the important details because after our debate, you're going to ask some questions to our proposition team and also the opposition team. Is it clear, class?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so let us start our debate with our moderator, none other than Siltea Faith Lalagtakon.
Good morning to everyone. I am Siltea Faith Lalagtakon, the moderator of this debate. The discovery of truth could be best achieved if this will be happened through research. With the use of internet, you will find the topic you want to know within just a single click in a computer. However, we must think critically if we are going to enter into a site or blog site in the internet. This morning, we will have a meaningful debate with the topic, Internet, for better or worse. On my right side is the proposition team arguing in favor of the motion. They are June Ayana Zoe Latiza, Diane Fale, Casey Colchester Pineda, Katrina Angela Tumala, Angela Mitimbang, and Atan John Benedict Lastimosa. And on my left side is the negative team arguing against the motion. They are Brian Semeniano, Juris Pauline Italia, James Errol Pastor, Angela Janenti Apilando, Shia Bernice Saavedra, and Claudia Bernadette Gapus. Each speaker of the team will be given at most 3-minute time limit, and it will be monitored by our timekeeper, Phil Alexander F. Enrique. Both teams will be evaluated by our brilliant judges headed by Ma'am Rona Alfred, our school principal, Sir Julius Silitaria, our assistant to the principal. Let's begin. May I call the first speaker of the proposition team.
Our team is in favor of using the internet because the internet gives millions of people access to information, which is a huge benefit, and people who read and use online are not easy to fool. When you spend a lot of time online, you can distinguish the bloggers who just want to shout and say unnecessary and incorrect things to the bloggers who carefully refer to their sources. The type of people this argument worries about are not the type of people who read high-quality newspapers, but those who might prefer to read the trashy ones. The problem of bad information and news making is not unique to the internet. There are lots of tasteless magazines as well. We learn in school to double-check our sources and not to believe everything we read. And we can apply those skills while surfing the internet. Aside from this, the internet is home to the information about anything and everything. There are multiple search engines that have made it easier for internet users to find data. For example, it is now common for people to look for free advice from the internet on all sorts of issues. The premise here is that whatever problem you are experiencing, someone, somewhere, has experienced the same predicament and has found a solution for it.
May I call the first speaker of the opposition team.
Our team strongly disagree that using internet is for the better. The internet has become a major source of information for many people. However, online information has usually not gone through the same newspapers, articles, or books. There is a high risk that some of observations from a particular source and articles are false, whereas newspapers might lose consumers if people find that they have been seen less. A blog can be seen later. If people base their opinions on information they find online, they could move babies, young ignorance, and cause harm. Since the internet gives equals based on material of greatly varying quality, this is a serious issue. May I call the second speaker of the proposition here. In using internet, your online privacy can be protected. However, you are the most important person that you protect your own privacy. Don't fill in this private information if you don't want people know about it. There are laws protecting you from websites to just sell on your information. But if you give your personal information out without being sure it will properly used, you only have yourself to blame. In addition to this, there are different ways of protecting your privacy in the internet. Your privacy in the internet depends on your ability to control both the amount of your personal information that you provide and who has access to that information. These are the ways of protecting your privacy in the internet. Number 1, think before you share your personal information. Number 2, monitor what others post. Number 3, guard your information.
May I call the second speaker of the opposition team.
I beg to disagree. It is because everyone's privacy is greatly harmed by internet. We can see quickly that politicians and celebrities are doing when paparazzi post new pictures online. But people can also see what we've been doing. Some sites store information. Some ask us to fill in information which can be sold to other sites for commercial purposes. Once we post something online, it is almost impossible to erase it from the net. For example, if I commit a mistake to a person, we can take a revenge and post embarrassing pictures online. There have been numerous court cases where a human should sue another person for posting embarrassing pictures. Fortunately, the law cannot protect the right of privacy in this area. Another is there is a leakage of private information. The fact that the internet has become a marketplace has also seen a rise of fraud cases. Credit or debit card details are particularly vulnerable to calls for extreme caution when transacting online. Make sure to use a reliable payment processor instead of sending your details directly to an individual or business.
May I call the third speaker of the proposition team.
Internet is not just about emailing, communicating with friends and family, chatting with friends, or downloading music and movies. In fact, it plays a much serious and bigger role than that. Just like other realms in our society, we can clearly see the impact of internet in health industries. It is a low cost and convenience that makes the internet so difficult to resist. It is changing the ways the healthcare industries works and function. The impact of internet on health just cannot be ignored. Effective healthcare depends a lot on getting accurate information and fast. It is a matter of life and death for some patients. The best information relating to medicine, healthcare goes wasted if it is not made use of and applied at the right time. The positive impact of internet on health is highly appreciated. It has made possible a higher level of value and customer services and shared the necessary information. Healthcare organizations are taking full advantage of internet technologies to share important and latest information relating to medicine, research, healthcare, and patients.
May I call the third speaker of the opposition team.
I strongly believe that using internet can cause harm to our health. The internet has become an integral part of many people's work and personal lives. The number of people online daily has nearly doubled over the past decade.
While internet addiction as a specific disorder was being debated for inclusion, treatment centers already exist. Internet overuse can lead to sedentary lifestyles, weight gain, and decline in physical fitness. Other symptoms can include carpal tunnel syndrome, dry eyes, migraine, headaches, a decline in personal hygiene, and back pain. Depression has also been linked to internet overuse. Evidence also suggests that internet overuse can contribute to sleep disturbances. Studies found that computer use among adolescents was associated with later bedtime, later radio times, less restful sleep, and an overall decrease.
May I call the fourth speaker of the proposition team?
Students of the present times are very lucky that they have modern technology easily available for them. Unlike in the past, students only have to rely on their books that they can find in the libraries. The youth of today have varied tools they can use for different purposes. As these youngsters continue to be active in using the internet, they increase their knowledge of the technology they use and other new digital tools that are introduced in the market. Depending on their interest and the way they use them, they are likely to be influenced positively by what they read and use online. It cannot be denied that the internet has its positive influence among youngsters today. As long as students find benefits, they can be sure of a bright future ahead of them and a high-paying job.
May I call the fourth speaker of the opposition team?
Some people believe that the internet has positive impact on students by providing a variety of resources for their studies. However, I strongly disagree with this with that claim since internet brings its negative effects on students such as internet addicts and the reliance too much on internet overwork. Many students are becoming addicted to the internet. They spend more and more time playing on computer games or just on the internet without any particular reason. Accordingly, the time they spend on studying is automatically reduced, which in turn causes lower academic achievement. Moreover, some of them go to the extreme of becoming serious internet addicts, and they even refuse to go to school as they cannot escape from the internet.
May I call the fifth speaker of the proposition team?
Before the internet, businesses often found it difficult to connect to customers, speed up their service, and carefully watch the business climate. The internet has revolutionized how business is conducted and has helped create a more efficient market. The internet has allowed businesses to create communities for those that share similar interests in products and businesses. These communities help businesses develop their brand and create a positive image. Businesses are able to customize products or services with ease, which increases the satisfaction of the customers and increases profit. The internet has enabled business to obtain valuable information about the interests of certain demographics. Consequently, businesses are also able to effectively use targeted advertising by appealing to specific publishers and media that are specifically related to their product or service.
May I call the fifth speaker of the opposition team?
The internet has brought profound changes to the way companies operate and conduct business with their customers. Many of these changes are undoubtedly positive, bringing some positive simplicity, transparency, and convenience to day-to-day business operations. However, these same changes also have a negative impact, with consequences ranging from damages to a single company to entire sectors of rice media being driven out of business by more efficient online competition. Although business communication has been faster and easier over the internet, the lack of face-to-face communication often leads to the perception of what company has in question.
faceless, and entering. Potential customers who receive automated or stock responses to their questions may be deterred from making a purchase by the demonstration they feel. Similarly, employees who only communicate with managers and coworkers through email may feel demoralized and thus become less productive and invested in the company's success.
May I call on the sixth speaker to summarize the motion of the proposition team. We, the proposition team, strongly believe that using internet has a better impact, particularly in acquiring information, students' education, and on business. The internet or the World Wide Web is indeed a wonderful addition in our lives. The internet can be known as a kind of a global meeting place where people from all parts of the world can come together. It is a service available on the computer through which everything under the sun is now at the fingertips of anyone who has access to the internet. The internet is a virtual treasure trove of information. Any kind of information on any topic under the sun is available on the internet. The search engines of the internet can help you find data on the subject that you need. Students of the present times are very lucky because of the modern technology easily available to them. By using internet, it allows the students to engage in an activity that can enhance their skills and even earn an income while still in the process of completing their education. Faster business transactions and cheaper products. Sellers and buyers can now do online paying facilities like PayPal or credit cards. Buyers can surf online and select the products they want to buy. There is no need to have a physical store to maintain as products can be shipped directly from a factory.
May I call on the sixth speaker to summarize the motion of the opposition team. We, the opposition team, strongly disagree that using internet has a better impact on us. If you use the internet, your personal information, such as your name, address, etc., can be accessed by other people. If you use the credit card to shop online, then your card information can also be stolen, which could be akin to giving someone a blank check. The excessive use of internet affects the mental as well as the physical health. Users do not take their meals on time and take proper rest. They take an excessive amount of coffee or tea to remain active and focused, which affects negatively on their health. Reduced learning and research capabilities. Students have started relying more on these social networking sites and the web. This reduces their learning and research capabilities. When business is conducted over the internet, technical glitches or malicious hackers can expose sensitive data such as addresses, password, credit card details, or bank account details. And thus, such an occurrence can result in bad publicity for the affected company, leading to a loss of revenue as the company struggles to regain the customer's trust. At worst, it could lead to fraud or identity theft.
This time, I will give a 1-minute break in preparation for the rebuttal. The rebuttal now begin. Any question?
We know that online privacy is really hard by the internet can. The internet offers many opportunities and a lot of useful information and resources that are available. Now, how are you going to make precautions in order to have web surfing experience safe and enjoyable one?
Before you enter personally identifying information like your name, email address, credit card information, and other similar sensitive information, check if the website has a privacy policy page. If it has a missing privacy page, leave aside and find a similar site or service that has a policy protecting personal information. Do not leave personal information that you aren't comfortable disclosing. If you feel the information being requested is way too intrusive or personal or irrelevant to the service or content you are trying to get from the site, leave the website and try to find similar websites that ask your privacy. If you are using an always-on network connection, make sure to install and make a firewall. Firewall software prevents your computer from having a remote attack. Manage your password responsibly. Do not use the same password among all websites you join. Make sure that the password you use for encrypted or secure sites which are different from less secure sites you visit. Don't use the same password you use for your credit card or bank accounts for your online accounts and vice versa.
The internet has become an integral part of many people's work, personal lives, and health. How can you say that using internet can harm one's health?
Internet overuse can lead to sedentary lifestyle, weight gain, and a decline in physical fitness. Other symptoms can include carpal tunnel syndrome, dry eyes, migraine headaches, a decline in personal hygiene and back pains. Depression has also been linked to internet overuse. Researchers found that studies of participants who exhibit signs of internet overuse engage disproportionately than the normal population in size devoted to pornography, gaming, social networking, and chatting. They theorize that internet addicts' use of these sites as replacements for real-life socializing was resulting.
Evidence also suggests that internet overuse can contribute to sleep disturbances. Studies found that computer use among adolescents was associated with later bedtime, later reading times, less restful sleep, and an overall decrease in sleep. The use of computers raised concerns sleep experts that the light from the screen is affecting the circadian rhythms and possibly contributing to insomnia.
Let's give the audience a chance to ask questions or give reaction about the motion of both teams. This time, this will be facilitated by...
Okay. Are you still okay, class? Yes! Okay. So this time, we will ask the audience. Okay, are you ready to ask questions? Did you jot down, class? Yes! Okay, so may I ask from this side, do you have any question? Please raise your hand. Okay? Okay? Very good. So may I ask Sam? Come here.
Students of this generation are active users of internet. This technology indeed helps students in different purposes. However, you said that using internet brings negative effect to students, and you prove it.
Yes, many students are becoming addicted to the internet. They spend more and more time playing computer games or just surfing the net without any particular reasons. Accordingly, the time they spend on studying is dramatically reduced, which in turn causes lower academic achievement. Moreover, some of them go to the extreme becoming serious internet addicts. They even refuse to go to school as they cannot escape from the problem.
Internet hinders students doing their homework or assignments on their own. Thanks to internet, students can obtain the information they need with a great ease by simply clicking the button. However, this great accessibility to any kind of information can be abused. For instance, when students are given an assignment, what many of them do is just go on the website or blog where they seemingly needed information is posted, and grab, copy, and paste it without looking the material truly later. Some students even just download the material which someone else has already done and submit it as it is their homework. It is clear that the internet has serious detrimental effects on students. For one thing, students are so vulnerable to becoming addicted to the internet. Additionally, they do their homework not with their own efforts, but with their entire dependence on internet resources. Thus, young students should use internet with great caution to prevent any harmful events.
Okay, thank you. How about from this side? Do you have any question? Okay, you may raise your right hand. Okay, Aika, from here.
The internet has brought changes to the way companies operate and conduct business with their customers. Many of these bring negative impact. Now, can you cite some instances where internet have positive consequence to both business owners and customers?
Before the internet, businesses often found it difficult to connect customers, speed up their service, and carefully watch the business climate. The internet has revolutionized how business is conducted, and has helped create a more efficient market. The internet has allowed business to create communities for those that share similar interests in products and businesses. These communities help business develop their brand and create a positive image. Businesses are able to customize product or service with ease, which increases the satisfaction of the customers and increase profit.
The internet bridges the gap between consumers and businesses. The advent of the internet has made the process of businesses global. Consumers have access to products that are abroad and across continents. The accessibility makes the business to further expand their service and products, which increases profit.
In the past, entry into the business world was severely restricted. With the internet, startup and advertising costs are significantly lower. Small businesses can start a low-cost website, gain visibility and advertising through the net, through connecting with blogs, social networking, and affiliate programs, and even find venture capital or investors. The internet has eased the conditions of investing. It's easier to track the profits of businesses and research factors from the news that may affect a business. The internet has opened investing to more participants. Consumers can invest in businesses that they may not have discovered without the internet.
Any other questions? Okay, there's none. So, this time I will give the floor again to our moderator.
Thank you, Teacher Bell. At this time, we will give the judges ample time to evaluate the representation and responses of both sides, the proposition team and the opposition team. This ends of our debate.
Okay, thank you very much, Thea. Now, may I request one of our judges to please give your comments, recommendations, or any suggestions about the topic or the debate name. May I ask Sir Julius Secretaria, please?
Okay, so hello. Okay, so good morning, everyone. Good morning. So congratulations for your confidence, for your performance, for a job well done. And with your age, actually, we were amazed of your presentation because at that level you're able to express yourselves using English as a medium of communication. So it's good. So can we give ourselves a big round of applause for that? And I was talking to our principal that all of you are actually good in speaking. And we're happy to know that it's first time to be with you, to sit down with you, and seeing you presenting that way. And so, I have seen there are 6 members in a group, in a team. Normally, there are 3. Okay? We have the speaker, then we have the debater, and we have the researcher. Okay? I know you know the task of this members. Of course, the speaker will be the one to present the side. If you are the affirmative or positive, or if you do a proposition team, and then the other side we have the negative side. Now, the topic is internet for better or worse. Now, on my left, of course, the affirmative side, and on my right is the negative or the opposition team. Now, as I observed, okay, all of you are good speakers, and there's an evidence of research. Nag-research kayo. And one thing is, if you are on the affirmative side, of course, you have to emphasize the advantages, okay, the advantages of internet. Because our concern here is to become digital natives. Okay, we are now in the 21st century and we need to possess 21st century skills through internet. Now, of course, you have to mention fast and easy access to information. But take note, not all information on internet are accurate. Some are blogs. Maraming bloggers ngayon sa internet, and take note, hindi po lahat ng websites are accurate. Okay? And then, if you are the negative side, of course, you have to mention about cyberbullying, you have to mention about the scandal, you have to mention about the loss of interest of the pupils in reading other sources, especially primary sources of information like books, like newspapers, because they just would like to read or to just read information through the internet. Okay? And then take note also that you need to present, if you're the affirmative side, present the way to compare and contrast. So you will know whether internet is really on the advantage side. Okay? And then expressions. Ito yata yung kita ko na kulang. If you want to emphasize salient points in your ideas, then you need to have your proper, appropriate facial expression, and then your eye contact should be established, and of course your gestures, your hand gestures. If necessary, you need to emphasize your idea by way of making hand gestures, your facial expressions, and you need to establish eye contact. And then the pacing of the presentation ideas. Although you are coping with the time, but you need to be clear in your presentation. You need to be clear for you to intimidate, or for you to convince the audience or the judges, or to intimidate your opponent. Okay? And if also take note that your strongest weapon to intimidate your opponent is, of course, you need to cite authorities. I never heard somebody saying, according to. You need to cite authorities. Okay? You need to cite researches. When was it published? Kailan siya i-conduct ng research na yun? So yun ang kailangan natin to vouch and to prove our stand. Okay? Naintindihan? To vouch, to prove na sabihin na internet is detrimental to our health. No. According to, you have to mention experts so that as judges will be convinced that your stand is really true and it is research-based or data-based. And then you need to present data also. The 29 out of 50 pupils who are exposed to internet are blah blah blah. Okay? Are having this poor performance in school. So you have to mention that para ma-convince po kami ng mga judges. Okay? So far, I just don't know if Ma'am LACRO will be identifying the best speaker, the best debater, and the researcher. Yung sa rebuttal, para hindi masyado nabigyan ng emphasis. Kasi nga, if you're in the rebuttal, dapat you have to be firm and you have to intimidate your opponent. Andiyan mo na ngayon ipakita yung abilidad mo kung talagang may ideas ka, may mga stored knowledge ka about your stand. Okay? So I believe that's all about the exhortation. Okay? So, and now give microphone to other judges.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that advice. Okay, so once again, please give clap to yourselves, everybody, for the job well done. Once again, I'm giving thanks to our school principal, Ma'am Brad, Sir Julius Solitaria, and Ma'am Yasmin for staying with us here. Okay, another clap for them. Everybody clap. Okay, so don't forget that after this, you're going to make your own reflection about the topic that you have learned today. You're going to submit this afterwards. Okay, class? Okay, thank you very much once again.